Беспрецедентное санкционное давление. Ситуация в российском топливно-энергетическом секторе остается достаточно стабильной. Более того, по ряду ключевых показателей наблюдается даже рост.
Not everyone becomes a winner unless they have a winner's mentality. How did that mindset shift help Russia to become the world's largest energy producer? We all are aware of the Russia-Ukraine war that made a huge impact on other nations. Since the beginning of its full-scale invasion in 2022, Russia has taken control of more than half of Ukraine's power generation, resulting in the worst rolling blackouts. Additionally, the recent missile and drone attacks by Moscow have targeted Ukrainian power plants, which forced the energy providers to shut down operations nationally. Hence, Ukraine might be trying to utilize this time to repair the damage and find other sources of supply. Before Russia invaded Ukraine, we can see that the country produced more electricity. Ukraine will be able to produce 55 gigawatts of electricity in Europe before it gets invaded by Russia in 2022. However, according to Ukrainian officials, the power generation capacity has fallen below 20 gigawatts since the Russian occupants started shutting down those plants. According to Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal, the effects of Russian strikes on Ukraine's energy sector are long-term. He added that power conservation will be part of our daily lives in the years to come. During a government meeting, Denis said, "We want to save money at every level, from big businesses to small homes and flats." Russia's takeover has caused a huge financial loss to the country, which might have forced the Prime Minister to spill those emotions. According to German Galushchenko, the energy minister of Ukraine, the Russian attack had damaged energy installations in 5 different locations. The most recent attacks have targeted pumping stations and underground natural gas storage that EU clients utilize. Hence, these attacks started raising questions about supply security during winter, even if these pumps were easily replaceable. What if we told you that Russia is going to have something big in the energy sector? Seems like after the Ukrainian invasion, the country grabbed all the resources and had enough to start some new projects. The All-Russian Scientific Research Geological Petroleum Institute has said that gas reserves might reach up to 670 billion cubic meters. According to geological exploration, Russia's reserves of oil and condensate might rise to 525 million tons in 2024, and its reserves of natural gas could reach 670 billion cubic meters. These predictions were made by the All-Russian Scientific Research Geological Petroleum Institute, which is a Rosneft-affiliated organization. Imagine if Russia had become one of the largest producers of energy in the world. They might be able to decide the worldwide export of energy products. Recently, Vladimir Putin visited China, and we anticipate a healthy handshake between both nations. Hence, Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping are using this opportunity to improve their friendship. But if you take a closer look, there have been issues between Russia and China. The major one among them is the 2,000-mile pipeline project, which is now on hold. But this is not the time to discuss that minor issue when the countries are holding together for a major project. The countries have failed to reach an agreement on the Power of Siberia 2, which was a large project. If the project had succeeded, then it would have allowed Russia to ship 50 billion cubic meters more of gas annually. However, that didn't happen, which resulted in both countries parting ways in March 2024. We can see that both parties are still interested, and hence we can anticipate a deal in the near future. But China is obviously going to have an upper hand here. The country's energy companies are reselling cargo overseas, and they're able to handle seaborne liquefied natural gas at a sustainable rate. Moreover, China is swiftly moving towards a greener economy. The energy giant Gazprom PJSC reported its first yearly net loss in 24 years and said that the Kremlin was not able to replace pipeline gas shipments to Europe. Hence, this can sometimes affect Russia's energy infrastructure. According to a Twitter post by the Russian embassy, we can see that the post is reminding Putin about the after effects of the termination of ties in the energy sector. The handle also mentioned the consequences this is going to have on the German economy. The post said that many countries and companies are looking to start their path in the energy sector in major areas like Germany, the USA, and Asia, but the business conditions are making the situation worse. The post said that this has severe consequences for the German economy because they are responsible for the European economy's energy sector growth. Even though Russia is facing many controversies from other nations, it is working together to create a new oil project named the Vostok Oil Project. The Vostok Oil Project will combine the main resources in the northern region of Krasnoyarsk territory and is expected to produce 50 million to 100 million tons of oil annually. However, experts are anticipating high costs for the project that can turn into trillions of rubles. However, some experts believe that the project is going to be a huge success. It was Igor Sishin, the CEO of Rosneft in 2019, who put up the concept of the Vostok Oil Project. The project is mainly aimed at establishing a cohesive infrastructure for both oil transportation and development. Moreover, it will be focused on uniting the main oil and gas fields in the northern region of Krasnoyarsk territory. When introducing the project to the partners, Igor Sechin declared, "It's going to be a world-class cluster." The Vostok company comprises the Payachskoye oil field, the West Aryakinsky site, and the oil and gas resources of Vankor cluster. Hence together, a total of 2.6 billion tons of oil will be able to be extracted from here. Experts anticipate 100 million tons of oil from this project annually. What would it look like to have cats as guards at a museum? Even though this sounds weird, around 50 cats were employed as guards at the Hermitage Museum in Russia. The country has allowed cats inside the museum since the 18th century in order to protect the ancient artworks from rice and mice. We might have seen videos where cats were destroying the household stuff. However, the cats here in Russia are seen as goddesses who protect ancient works of art. As a full-time employee, we can see cats inside the museum every time, and each one of them has a personal password with a photo on them. Sounds interesting, right? You might be thinking about the technologies involved in the Vostok oil project. We can see that there are different domains involved in the project which might have never been used anywhere. Moreover, you might be surprised to know that 80% of the 6,000 workers in the Vankor cluster's fields hold technical degrees. This is a prerequisite set by the cluster's quality of equipment to be a part of the project. However, there are concerns about how long it will take to complete the project. This is because of the enormous amount of resources needed for the project. For instance, 6,500 wells and 5.5 thousand kilometers of pipes are involved in the project. Additionally, 2 airfields and a sea terminal, which is capable of transferring up to 100 million tons of oil annually, can be seen. Moreover, electric power supply lines and roadways are all required for the construction of the project. As we said earlier, a huge investment is required for project completion, and experts anticipate an average spend of 10 trillion rubles. However, they think that the project will still be profitable despite its enormous expenses and oil prices. They added that if the project is able to sell at USD 35 to 40 per barrel, it will still be a profitable deal. Imagine you get an opportunity to become a part of that project, which most people wish for. You can take that opportunity to learn the workflows happening with each department. Moreover, this will be an add-on for you when you are looking for another opportunity after the project is done. You might be doubtful regarding the sources of capital needed to complete the project. The Russian government is looking for 3 sponsors for the project, which includes funds from the sale of project shares, tax incentives, and the sale of tail assets. In late 2020, Rosneft sold Trafigura a 10% share in the project. The project was mostly financed by Russian banks and was valued at $8.5 billion. The total valuation of Vostok Oil was $85 billion. In the end, Rosneft wanted to draw in more investors while holding on to majority ownership, which included Vitol, Glencore, and Gunvor. Additionally, Mercantile and Maritime Energy Pte. Limited and Vitol purchased 5% of Rosneft's project stake in October 2021. Trafigura stated in May 2022 that it had stopped investing in Russia because of its war in Ukraine, but they don't have any plans to leave the Vostok oil project. However, neither Vitol nor MME had provided any updates. Later in June 2022, Trafigura declared that they were going to sell their 10% ownership of the project. It was later revealed in July 2022 that the stake had been sold to Nord Axis, who were a dealer based in Hong Kong. Let's wait and see how this is going to impact the future of the project. And that's how Russia is on the brink of revolutionizing the energy industry. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and also share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting updates and insights. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.